What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. We just installed a Ruud 2-stage RP15 454B system. On startup, it was pumping itself right down. So the technician replaced the TXV, had a 20-degree split. It was cooling the space down. He left. Between the time of the technician leaving and the following day, which is today, the unit stopped working. So we're out here to figure out what's going on. So let's get started. The contactor is pulled in. See if we got voltage. Nothing there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to check at the disconnect. It's on, it's in. All right. Let's see what we got here. Incoming power. Nothing. All right. All right. You're fucking kidding me. Look at this shit. You're seeing this, right? All right, well. And that's because I have the disconnect out. Let me go ahead. Let's see, contactor is pulled in. Automatic fucking trip. Go ahead. Put this bitch on ohms. This is absurd. All right, so you're gonna take start off, okay? You wanna take your common off and get your run off, okay? And we can basically just take it right to the panel. Why? Yeah. We're dead short, bro. Dead fucking short. We'll go to the ground screw just to, yeah. Brand new fucking unit, man. DOA. Well, I had two hours of resuscitation, but damn. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna check inside the condenser as well. As frustrating as it is to walk up to a brand new system with a trip breaker, it's less frustrating when I have to deal with the customers when I'm busy, because I have Free2Grow to thank for that, an AI voice answering system that you need in your business today. I get quite a few comments on this hat asking, hey, what's that logo? I know that logo. Most of the time they really don't, but it's a conversation starter. So if you guys want one of these hats, spam the comments with hat, and we're going to pick one winner to get one of these Free2Grow hats sent out to you. But with that being said, you guys already know about Free2Grow. We've been talking about it on this channel for quite some time, and I'm a huge believer in the AI voice answering system from Free2Grow. If you're using services like House Call Pro, Service Titan, Field Pulse, of course, they seamlessly integrate with one another. And another big thing is it's a flat monthly rate, so there's no overage charges, none of that bullshit that's really going to blow your budget. So like I've said, give this number a call, spam the line, tell them you want that hat that Kraus was telling them about. They're going to get you squared away, set you up with a demo. Now let's get on with the video. It's gonna be crazy if this thing is dead. I'm gonna be pretty perturbed. Let's go ahead and pop that off. It's fucking 90 in that house. Alright, again. That's fucking bullshit, man. Alright, so obviously our compressor's dead, right? We talked about this on nights about the refrigerant fractionating, but being 454, compressors are dying essentially on startup. Ty was talking about it. Adrian said he's heard a lot about it. This is my first experience with it. So I'm gonna touch base with my boys over at Tropic. Love Tropic Supply. If you're in the Orlando area, hit up Tropic, man. They'll take care of you. Typically what we'll have to do is we're gonna obviously either get a compressor or a condenser. The game plan here, since this thing's so new and we already did a TXV, I want a whole new condenser, and they're really good about that. So what I'm gonna do, just get the pictures, model, serial, not much more I can do. And that's what's gonna get done, man. I'm gonna hope for the best, but y'all let me know your experience down low. Is this gonna be the new normal dealing with? Is this going to be the new norm we are dealing with this 454? R32 being single, it might not even be an issue there. I haven't heard much of an issue. We've installed about 4 or 5 Goodmans dating back to last year. No issues. I've stated a few times, I don't know whether it was here or talking to Q. I know I've said it to Q. I haven't liked the startup on these new 454s because we also did a Lennox. For whatever reason, just not a fan, man. So that's what we have to deal with right now. Unfortunately, this customer, doesn't have fucking cold air. He had already had no cold air to begin with, but we're gonna get this thing probably resolved today. That way he's nice and comfortable. He can come home and sleep. He's a fireman dude. Shout out to all of our first responders out there, veterans and everything like that, taking care of our cities, our backbones, our communities. But I'm gonna go ahead and button this thing up and take the next steps. All right, y'all. So wanted to give you an update on the conclusion of that job. Again, I told you guys the distributor, our suppliers that we use is Tropic Supply in Orlando. Shout out to the boys, man. They got us a whole new condenser that day. We went, retrieved it, and installed it. So I don't know what's gonna happen going forward with all this 454 shit, really. From my experience, for what I do when I go to a customer's house and there's an issue where it's like, it's gonna be a repair versus replace option regardless. This was a 20-year-old train that had multiple leaks in the EVAP and was flat on 22. Provided the option for the coil, which was pretty expensive, plus the labor, obviously, and the fill up of 422, because it's gonna be more cost effective, but it's still, you know, the cost of refrigerant is pricey, right? So I also gave them the caveat of system replacement. The confidence that I have offering system replacements right now is at an all-time low, but I also inform the customer of these issues of the new refrigerant. I'm very upfront with the customers when it comes to a 454 system. Since we do primarily install Ruud equipment, I love Ruud, have had great success with Ruud. This was an LG compressor, by the way. I let them know with the 454, with the availability of 454, the lack of field installations right now of 454, and also offer 32. Daikin and Goodman, we know what we're getting from the refrigerant. It's just a matter of if the customer wants to go that route, because they'll start to look at consumer reports and things like that. You just educate the customer to your best abilities, be fully transparent and real with them, and be like, look, I don't know what this shit's gonna be like. Give them a great warranty. Make sure you get a good warranty from the manufacturer, your distributor. You can talk that out with them. But I can't say that I'm truly shocked with how this is all going, but y'all let me know in the comments down below your experience so far. I know it's kind of been one extreme to the other, and there's issues in between. So hopefully this isn't the new norm, but it is what it is. But with all that being said, if y'all could smash the like button, consider subscribing if you're new here. All my subscribers, y'all already know, man. I appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Later.